Hey everyone, it's Changer. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm getting schooled because we're returning to Strixhaven with the Secrets of Strixhaven Collector Booster Box. But before we start this opening, as always, we have our show and tell. And today's card is Zamone Mystery Unraveler for 2 green and a blue. It's a legendary creature, human wizard. Landfall whenever land you control enters Manifest Dread if it's the first time this ability is resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may return a permanent you control face up. The Manifest Dread was a big thing in the Duskborn House of Horror set. To Manifest Dread, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one on the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other into your graveyard. Turn it face up at any time for the mana cost if it's a creature card. I know Zamone makes a couple cameos in this Secrets of Strixhaven set. This is the only Zamone card that I own from the Duskborn Commander series. I know Zamone also does make a return as a face commander in the Secrets of Strixhaven commander sets, but I do not have any of those decks yet. So we'll see if we can pull a Zamone in this box here, or hopefully one of the serialized cards, the Japanese Silver Scroll foil treatments, and so on. Without further ado, let's get cracking. Super excited to open the set. Again, I'm relatively new Magic player collector, so I was not around for the original Strixhaven set. But I kind of gather it's some sort of parallel to the Harry Potter houses, right? With magic schools and such. I do know there is a serialized Emeritus card, right? The one with the that really broken prepared spell. We'll see if we can pull it here. This is my first collector booster box for an in-universe set. I'm kind of, if you're familiar with my videos, I'm kind of known for opening all of the extended, I guess the Universe Beyond sets. It's kind of what got me into Magic, obviously with the Fallout playmat here. Without further ado, let's jump into the in-universe collector boosters with pack number 1. Try not to bend the cards. They have a pull tab on this one. They do not have a pull tab on this one. I'm always scared to open up these cards. There we go. Ooh, art card in the first one. Let's see. I guess, is this our pack trick? We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. Because this is our foil Unsettled Mockery. Terrafractal. Oh, I guess, wait, they're all foil. Collector booster. Duh. Imperious Ink Mage. Paradox Gardens. We'll go through a little bit slow. I haven't really been spoiling this set too much. I've watched a couple of videos, but other than that, I'm a little bit clueless coming into this. So this is the Mystical Archives that they're bringing back apparently from the first Strixhaven set. I love the artwork on this one. There's some really nice vibrant colors, some really good variety of different artworks. So for Shared Roots, 1 and a green. Sorcery Lesson, search your library for basic land, put on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. Easy as that. And Requisition Raid for 1 white, sorcery. Choose 1 or more additional costs. So you can add 1 to destroy target artifact, add 1 to destroy target enchantment, or then put a 1/1 counter on each creature target player controls. Here's our forest. Again, lovely forest here. A road. Let me kind of set this up properly. Our land's over here. A road is for 1 white, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller may search the library for basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. That's a rare. Nev, the Practical Dean. He's a Merfolk Wizard. That's interesting. Okay. Creatures you control with counters on them have trample. Whenever you cast your first spell with X and its mana cost each turn, put X 1/1 counters on Nev. Interesting. I wonder if this can fit into my Hawkball deck as a Merfolk, but we'll see. Ooh, Maseo Vane's New Dean. Flying, when Maseo enters, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever a token attacks, you gain 1 life. And then it has Infusion. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Interesting. Okay. It's a Bird Skeleton Warlock. Expressive Iteration for blue and a red. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, 1 of them into the bottom of your library, and exile 1 of them. You may play the exiled card this turn. And Storm Carved Coast. That's a nice looking foil. Obviously, everyone knows about this one. Land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. You can tap for a blue or a red. And this is our is this Math and Magics, if I'm correct? Yeah, this is the one with the math, with using the I think the exponentials, right, as the X cost. So we'll see if we can pull that one later. Pack number 1 was fun. Let's see what we got in the next one. Again, there is also Japanese art and text mystical archives, so we'll see what happens when I pull one of those, because I'm not, again, as a new Magic player, I'm not really familiar with a lot of the cards and the cost and whatever. Can't read Japanese either, so we'll see what happens when I run into one of those. Spirit Mascot, Fractal Mascot, Studious First Year. Okay, so this one has the Prepared spell, so this creature enters prepared, and you can use the Rampant Growth spell for 1 and a green as well. So it's kind of like, a spell all attached to your creature card. Search your library, obviously for basic land, and then put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. I don't, so this one can't unprepare itself, right? Or I guess it can't re-prepare itself. How about that? Graduation Day, Additive Evolution, Arnin, Deathbloom Botanist, the Vampire Druid. Okay, maybe add that to my vampire deck, my kind of budget Blood Rights deck that I'm running. And speaking of, here is one of the Japanese artwork, the Mystical Archives. Not really sure which one this is. Let me see if I can do a quick Google and see if this will pop up anywhere here. Not that I'm seeing. But it also is an uncommon. Ooh, and this is another one, another uncommon here. Not sure what this one is either, but it's a one blue cost. This isn't preordained, is it? I think preordained looks as a similar artwork to that one. But another forest. Molten Core Maestro. It's a goblin bard. As Menace and Opus, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast a spell, add an additional red equal to this creature's power. It'll go here. Abstract Performance for 5 and a blue. Exile the top 4 cards of your library in a face-down pile, then exile the top 4 cards of your library in a face-up pile. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put the pile into your graveyard, look at the cards in the other pile, you may cast a spell from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest in your hand. That's interesting. Okay. Fix What's Broken. For 2 black-white, as an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. Return each artifact and creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh, that's a pretty looking card. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a good box if we're hitting a. Is this Demonic Tutor? What is this one? It's a Vampiric Tutor. Sorry, excuse me. Demonic Tutor, I believe, is a prepared spell on one of these cards coming up. But yeah, this is unfortunately, it's not the Silver Scroll treatment, but this is the Japanese, Mystical Archives for Vampiric Tutor, which is, I think, one of the top hits for these Japanese Mystical Archives. So that is a nice card to be pulling early. And then Ambitious Augmenter is a Turtle Wizard. When this creature dies, if it has 1 or more counters on it, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token, then put this creature's counters on that token. Nice. And obviously we have a fractal here. Huge hit for pack 2. A Vampiric Tutor off the bat. I believe the only other, I guess the Mystical Archives that it's above Vampiric Tutor would be, I think, the Force of Will. I know Jessica's Will is kind of also towards that. Ooh, nice cat token. Look at that one. Follow the Lumarets. Render Speechless. So that Vampiric Tutor left me speechless. Bibliopex Tomekeeper. Hungry Graphalon. Stirring Heart Honormancer. Teacher's Pest. That's a funny one. Forum Necroscribe. Oh, and Stock Up is our first Mystical Archive for 2 and a blue. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand, the rest of the bottom of your library in order. Helping Hand for 1 white. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Ooh, a Swamp. That's a nice one. Comforting Counsel. Whenever you gain life, put a growth counter on this enchantment. As long as there are 5 or more growth counters on this enchantment, creatures you control get +3. That is crazy. Forum Filibuster for 3 and 2 white. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. When you do, return up to 1 target aura or equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to that token. Restoration Seminar. So this is the I forgot what they call this one. It's like the field notes or something, right? For 5 and 2 white, it's a sorcery less. No, it's not, but it looks almost like it, I think, right? Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield and Paradigm. I don't know what Paradigm does. I'm sure it'll be on some of these cards later, so we'll learn about it later. Again, getting schooled in Magic the Gathering with this set. But I heard it's a broken ability. And Pyretic Ritual for 1 and a red, add 3 red as an instant. Oh, Emeritus of Conflict. That's a nice one. The extended art foil For 1 in a red, first strike, and then whenever you cast your third spell each turn, this creature becomes prepared. So I guess it doesn't enter prepared either, right? And then the prepared spell is Lightning Bolt. Obviously, everyone knows Lightning Bolt. You can deal 3 damage for any target for 1 red. And then here's our Inkling Cat token. I think we've got some good cards so far, right? With the Emeritus of Conflict, I think is a big hit, as well as the Vampiric Tutor. I didn't do too hot on the last collector booster I opened, which was the what is it? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. So check that out if you haven't. Although obviously, if I told you I didn't do too hot on it, I'm not sure why you'd want to watch the video. So maybe I should have left a little mystery to tempt you guys to watch my videos. But I mean, I did do good on the other side. On the flip side, I did do very good on. Ooh, this card looks great. Not sure what this one is. It's 1 in a red, obviously. No idea, but we'll find out later. And then Feed the Swarm. I can read this one. It's in English. Maybe. We'll see. For 1 in a black, destroy target creature and enchantment opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. But I did do really good on the Avatar the Last Airbender collector booster. That is the first one I've opened on this channel, I believe. So, ooh, Berta Wise Extrapolator for 2 green blue. It's a frog druid. You have increment, right? Whenever you cast a spell, and if the amount of mana you spent was greater than this creature's power or toughness, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on Berta, add 1 mana of any color. And then for X, you tap it, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token, and put X 1/1 counters on it. Interesting. That would be an interesting card to play with. Ooh, Turbulent Fen. This is one of the new lands from the Commander sets, right? I believe. This land enters tapped unless you control 8, or your opponent controls 8 or more lands, or opponents, right? So I guess it's cumulative. If you're playing with 3 other people, I'm assuming, across the other 3 opponents, 8 or more. So not as bad as I initially thought. Ooh, and a foil, all right? Foil, no, it's not foil. Ral Zarek, Guest Lecturer for 1 and 2 black. Is a legendary planeswalker. You have your Surveil 2 for +1, -1 is your any number of target players each discard a card for -2 loyalty. You have return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then for -7, you flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of coins that came up heads. That's an interesting ability. Ooh, what is this one here? Let's see if we can find this one real quick on TCG Player. This one looks to be this Pyretic Ritual, huh? Interesting. Oh, obviously, I mean, I guess I pulled it earlier, right? Let's see if we can kind of, add 3 red. There you go. I guess that one I should be able to get from the context clues, but that's an interesting looking artwork. Oh, and here's our Silver Scroll foil treatment. And this one is Sheoldred's Edicts for 1 in a black. I don't know how to do the rest of it, but I guess we can look that up later. But yeah, that's the Silver Scroll foil treatment. It's got like this textured, raised kind of foil, which looks really nice. I don't think the camera can do it justice, even in 1080p. But yeah, this is our second big hit after our Vampiric Tutor non-Silver Scroll foil. Cool. Super excited to open these cards. I mean, again, I love opening up Magic cards as always. Building my decks as I kind of grow as a Magic player. Starting to play more Commander games. And I definitely kind of bought into the hype, seeing people open this set and seeing the spoilers come out. Stadium Title Mage, Rancorous Archaic, Chase Inspiration, Honorbound Page, Extract Paint Mage, Pest Brood Sloth, Matterbending Mage. A lot of mages. I don't have any wizard decks or anything. Maybe I should build one of those. Disdainful Stroke for 1 in a blue. Counter target spell, mana value 4 or greater. Knockout Maneuver, 2 in a green. 1/1 counter on target creature you control, then it deals that damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. Ooh, our first island. Together as 1 for 6. You have the nice artwork with those avatars. Converge, target player draws X cards. Together as 1 deals X damage to any target. You gain X life, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. Nice. Fury Gale Flocking for 8 and 2 red. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. For each opponent, create 2 3/3 blue and red elemental creature tokens with flying that attack that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste until end of turn. Nice. Wisdom of Ages for 4 and 3 blue. Return all instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Wisdom of Ages. That is a crazy card too. Days for 1 and a blue. You may return an island you control to its owner's hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. And then Hardened Academic for white-red. Flying Haste, Bird Cleric, discard a card. This creature gains lifelink until end of turn. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on target creature control. And here's our elemental token. Make sure I didn't miss any of the mystical archives here. Pretty good about that so far. Yeah, I mean, the artwork is great on this set. Again, I don't really open up a lot of in-universe sets. That one's on me. Sorry for kind of feeling, you know, all the numbers that Wizards likes to pump up for the Universe Beyond sets. But I'm a sucker for some of these IPs they've been releasing recently. But yeah, I mean, some of the in-universe sets, I'm kind of late to the train on, but been trying to catch up. Been opening up a lot of Foundations, a little bit of Duskmourn here and there, obviously. But yeah, Zombify for 3 and a black. Return our creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And stock up again as well. I'm going to read that one. Our first Plains, a pretty looking Plains card. Quandrix the Proof. Okay, our first Elder Dragon for 4 green and a blue. Flying, Trample, and Cascade. When you cast a spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. I'm assuming less than 6, right? You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled card in the bottom of it in a random order. And then you can instant sorcery spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. Okay. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay. There is Scorched Geyser, another land. And Slumbering Trudge for X at green. This creature enters with a number of stun counters on it equal to 3 minus X. If it entered with a stun counter on it, tap it. Ooh, here's another big hit. Not foil, of course, but I'm getting really lucky on some of these these later slots. For 3 and a white, choose one. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both instead. Creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike, and then creatures you control gain lifelink, indestructible, and protection from each color until end of turn, which is an insane card, which is why this card is also a highly sought after card in this set. And here's the field notes, I think, right? For 1, a blue and a red. Color Storm Stallion is Elemental Horse, Ward 1 with haste. And Opus, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets 1/1 to end of turn. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, create a token that's a copy of this creature. And then our artwork for Rutha, Mastering the Moment. Is this one of the commanders as well? This artwork looks familiar. I'm not sure if I'm seeing it on, packs or what, but I haven't really looked into the commander decks. I figured I'd save my budget for splurging on one of these and maybe some play boosters, so stay tuned to the channel for more openings. I have a couple play boosters ready. Let's see if this pack will open without me having to break this. Yikes. I don't like using scissors. That also makes me nervous, but I guess it's probably better than what I'm doing here, potentially bending the cards. So, Send in the Pest, Textbook Tabulator, Tackle Artist, Forum of Amity, Tester of the Tangential, Group Project, Environmental Scientist. Oh, this one I believe I know. This is Rampant Growth, right? I believe. +3/3 for 1 green. We'll see. Locust Spray for 1 black. Target creature gets -1/1 until end of turn. And a cycling black, discard this card and draw a card. Here's our Plains. Ooh, another Emeritus card. Emeritus of Abundance for 2 and a green. It has Regrowth. Vigilance. This creature enters prepared. Okay. Whenever this creature attacks, if you control 8 or more lands, it becomes prepared. Okay. So it's already prepared. You can pay the 1 in the green for Regrowth, and then whenever it attacks, you have 8 or more lands, then it can re-prepare. Nice. Turbulent Spring. So that's another one of those one of the commander lands for a blue and a red, right? Island Mountain. This land enters tapped unless your opponents control 8 or more lands. Traumatic Critique. So you have this dragon professor with little glasses and yelling at a student. For X, a blue and a red. Traumatic Critique deals X damage to any target. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. And we have Culling the Weak for 1 black. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice creature, and then add 4 black. Multicore Maestro, which we already read. And then our art card, which I don't know what this one is, but we'll see. Subterranean Tremors. Again, love the Japanese artwork. I think that's kind of what pushed me over the edge to buying this. Some of the Japanese artwork on the Mystical Archives is insanely beautiful. Let's see. That'd make me feel good. Do, 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 do. Why is this pack so hard to open? Jesus. Okay, Terramorphic Expanse, as always. Glorious Decay. Elite Interceptor with a Rejoinder. Prepared spell. Cost of Brilliance. Brush Off. Snooping Page. Pigment Wrangler with a Striking Palette. What is this one? This one looks pretty cool. It is an uncommon for 1 and a white. I mean, it has something to do with 1/1 counters. Not entirely sure. And here's our second silver scroll. This is... I feel like I've seen this one before. Let me see if I can kind of do a quick Google to see what it is. But it's the silver scroll treatment. It is the Deuce. Okay, so one of the lower rarities, lower price ones, I guess. For 1 and a blue. Put that one over there. Is our first mountain. Informed Inkwright. Coercive Impetus. 2 and a black. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets 1/1 and goaded. Whenever this enchanted creature attacks, you draw a card and lose a life. Petrified Hamlet. When this line enters, choose a land card name. Activated abilities of sources with a chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Interesting. Lands with a chosen name have tapped. You add colorless. Ooh. This card seems pretty broken. Empty the Warren for 3 and a red. Create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. And then Storm. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it for each spell cast before this turn. Interesting. The Cauldron of Essence for 1 black and green. Whenever a creature controlled dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. For 1 green and a black, you tap it to sacrifice a creature. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate as a sorcery. Interesting. So this card should be fun to play. And then our Inkling Spirit token. That's some, again, beautiful artwork in these cards. So we had 2 of these Silver Scroll foil treatments. One with Shouldered Edicts, and one with the I forgot the name was already. But yeah, so 2 uncommons, I believe, right? I don't know how many you get per box, but I think 2 is kind of the average, so I'm not really expecting any more. But still some pretty good hits from this box so far. We got an Chroma's Will, a Japanese Vampiric Tutor, and a Emeritus of the red one, right? Striped Scholar, Wander Off, Owlin Historian, Mage Tower Referee, Living History, Fractal Tender, Thunder Drum Soloist. Oop. This one, not entirely sure what this one is either. But it's got minus. Oh wait, we can do this, right? We can do this. Let's see. Hold on, we got this one, right? It's Locust Spray, right? 1 black, target creature gets -1/1 and cycling. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we can use context clues here. Stargaze for X and 2 black. Look at that. Twice X cards on the top of your library. Put X cards from among them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard, and then lose X life. Swamp. What this card? Why does that card feel? The texture on that card feels so weird. Maelstrom Artisan for 1 and 2 red. It's a Minotaur sorcerer with haste, and the creature enters prepared, and you just destroy target non-basic land. Okay. Brass Infiniscope for 4. You tap it to add 2 colorless. When you next cast a spell with X in its mana cost this turn, you draw a card and gain half of X life rounded down. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, here's our second Elder Dragon, Prismara the Inspiration full art. For 5, a blue and a red. Flying ward for pay, and you pay 5 life. Instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. Okay. And then, okay, what is this one? It is a Mythic. Let's see if I can look over and cheat and see if I can find this artwork anywhere here. I cannot. So what is this one? I can't find the artwork at a quick glance, but I don't believe so. It's 2 and 2 green with 1/1 counters on it. I feel like we've probably pulled this card before, but it's Triumph of the Hordes. Okay, so we haven't pulled this one yet. But that is a nice card to pull as well. And then Pensive Professor. It's a human wizard for 1 and 2 blue. It has increment. 1/1 or more 1/1 counters are put on this creature to draw a card. And it's got the, I'm assuming the Strixhaven schools symbols on it. I'm not too familiar with those. Maybe I'll do a quick YouTube short and take the test that I've seen. And Wizards has got me in a chokehold. They all the I guess all the targeted ads I've seen, about the new Strixhaven set coming out. It's like, I guess you can take like a personality quest quiz, kind of like, finding your Harry Potter house for the Strixhaven houses as well. So maybe I'll do that one day after this video comes out. Zealous Lorecaster, Melancholic Poet, Stone Docent, Tenured Concoctor, Lorehold Charm, Soaring Stone Glider, End of the Hunt. Ooh, this is a pretty one. What is this one? Again, just for reference, I do have a second screen pulled up that I'm kind of just doing quick glances and see if I can find some of these Japanese cards, just for obviously to make less editing for me and just so you guys know which cards are being pulled. But I cannot figure out which card this is though. It's none of the ones that I am seeing. Oh wait, it is. Oh, Spell Pierce. Interesting for 1 blue. I'm not sure what it does, but we can figure out later. And then a Requisition Rate again. I pulled that already. Our Swamp, Dreamer Cascade. This needs no introduction. Lorehold Activists for 1 a red-white. First strike, Dwarf Artificer. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 3 or more artifacts and/or creature cards in your graveyard, this creature becomes prepared. So that one seems kind of easy to prepare. So for 2 red and a white, exile a target artifact or creature card from your graveyard, create a token that is a copy of it. Interesting. Okay. Wild Growth Archaic. Again, this is the field notes, I believe. For 2, colorless or green. Trample Reach is an avatar. Converge. This creature enters with 1/1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. Whenever you cast a creature spell, that creature enters with X additional 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of colors that's mana spent to cast this. Again, I love the field notes. The kind of the sketch watercolor finish on this is a nice touch. Awaken the Woods for X2 green, create X 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. Interesting. Library of Lang. It's a special guest card. For 1, you have no maximum hand size. If an effect causes you to discard a card, discard it, but you may put it on top of your library instead of into your graveyard. That is a crazy card as well. I did see something on the internet, on YouTube and Reddit about some of these special guest cards having like a what is it? Like a Star Wars X-wing, like the foil, like anti-copyright or whatever foiling is. But ours here is just a normal the Planeswalker symbol. So I didn't expect to hit a special guest, but now that we did, I guess it was kind of cool to look out for that. I guess I'll put it in my other pile. It's not technically a. Oh, we're only down to 2 packs left. Oh man, I forgot. I haven't been opening collector boosters in a while. These packs, these boxes go by so much faster because obviously they're only 12 packs. But hope you guys like the video. Watch me kind of stumble through not only reading English cards but trying to decipher the Japanese cards as well. And then they're making me do math on top of it. Maybe I should quit. Potionist Trove, Dig Site Inventory, Daydream, Campus Composer, Snarl Song. Okay, let's go. What is this one? Stargaze for X and 2 black. Monstrous Rage for 1 red. This target creature gets 2/0 until end of turn. Create a monster roll token attached to it. If you control another roll on it, put that one into the graveyard. Enchanted creature gets 1/1 and has trample. Okay, here's our planes. Conciliator's Duelist for 2 white, 2 black. It's a core warlock. I don't think I've ever seen core before. When this creature enters, draw a card. Each player loses 1 life with the repartee. I think that's how you say that. Is that right? Is that French? They make him do English, French, and Japanese in this set, huh? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that target the creature, exile up to 1 target creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so this is from the commander because it's our SOC. This is the art card that we pulled earlier, Rutha Mastering the Moment for 2 white, not white, 2 blue and red. It's an Orc Sorcerer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, create an XX blue and red elemental creature token with flying and haste, where X is the greatest mana value among instant sorcery spells you've cast this turn. Okay. Antiquities on the Loose for 1 and 2 white, create 2 red and white spirit creature tokens. Then if the spell is cast from anywhere other than your hand, put a 1/1 counter on each spirit you control. Flashback for 4 and 2 white, I guess. Ooh, this one's a pretty one. Let's see if I can quickly scan my cheat sheet and see if I can find it. I can't find it. Let's do a quick. I don't know what this is. I can't find it on a quick run through my cheat sheet, but man, this artwork looks pretty. It should be easy to find, right? It's the one with the girl with the cat ears, right? Oh, it's crop rotation. Interesting. And post-mortem professor for 1 and a black creature zombie warlock. This creature can't block. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. For 1 and a black, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And our Inkling. Again, pretty tokens. And our last pack. Can we pull the serialized Emeritus card in here? Probably not, but I think regardless, I had a whole bunch of fun opening this. So thanks for watching. Okay, you know what? Let me see if I can get a good scissors. I got my handy baby scissors in here. You know? Ta-da. I can barely read cards. They can't be trusted with full-size scissors. But yeah, if you like the video, like and subscribe. Again, more openings. I have a couple playbook booster boxes coming out soon. Ooh, it's the Newt. For 1 and a green, Death Touch. Tap it to add a green. It's a cute little mana dork. Hydro Channeler. Ancestral Anger. Social Snub. Mika. Sundering Archaic. Again, these Archaic cards are crazy. Monstrous Rage again. Duty Beyond Death. That's a new one. For 1 and a white, as an initial cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Creatures you control get indestructible end of turn. Put 1 counter on each creature you control. Our Forest. A Vastland Scavenger. For 1 and 2 green. Is a Bear Druid with Death Touch. This creature enters prepared, and then you can pay 4 and a green as with an instant. Mill 7 cards and put a creature card among them onto the battlefield. Noctamoon Lore Spinner. It's a Jackal Wizard for 2 and a red. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. At the beginning of your upkeep, if a player has one or fewer cards in their hand, this creature becomes prepared. For 2 and a red, each player discards their hand and then draw 7 cards. That's interesting. Steal the Show for 2 and a red. Choose one or both. Target player discards any number of cards and draws that many cards. And then Steal the Show deals damage equal to the number of instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard to target creature of Planeswalker. Ooh, and a Shoulder's Edict again, non-foil though. And then Arc of Hunger for 2 red and 1 white. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Tap it to mill a card. You may play that card this turn. And there's our last copy spirit token. Wow, that was a crazy opening. Again, I didn't know half the cards. I didn't understand even more with them being in Japanese. But man, this was a fun opening. Let's go through our mystical archives first, and then we'll go through the. Well, how about we'll save it for last. Let's go through our other hits first. Arc of Hunger, Steal the Show, Noctamoon Lore Spinner, Vastland Scavenger, Postmortem Professor. So these are again all of our rares and above. Antiquities on the Loose, Rutha Mastering the Moment, Conciliators, Duelist, Library of Lengths, Special Guest card, Wild Growth Archaic Field Notes card, Lorehold Archivist, Dream Cascade, Pensive Professor, Prismara the Inspiration Elder Dragon, Brass Infiniscope, Maelstrom Artisan, Cauldron of Essence, which is a nice card, Petrified Hamlet, Coercive Impetus, Informed Inkwright, Molten Core Maestro, Traumatic Critique, Turbulent Springs, Emeritus of Abundance, some Slumbering Trudge, Scorch Geyser, Quandrix the Proof, our second Elder Dragon, Wisdom of Ages, Fury Gale Flocking, Together as One, Berta Wise Extrapolator, Forum Filibuster, Comforting Counsel, Ambitious Augmenter, Fix What's Broken, Abstract Performance, Molten Core Maestro again, Moseo Vane's New Dean, Nev the Practical Dean, and our Erode. And then for our mystical archives, Shoulder's Edict, Duty Beyond Death, Monstrous Rage. This one was Crop Rotation, Monstrous Rage again in foil. This one was Stargaze, I think. Awaken the Woods, Requisition Raid. I don't remember which one this one was. This one was. I don't remember. Spell Pierce, I think. No, not Flutter Storm. Triumph of Hordes, Stargaze. This one was, I think, the whatever that pest one was, right? Locust Spray. There you go. Empty the Warrens. This one, let's see. I'm going to use my cheat sheet real quick. That one was Deduce. One of the lower, I don't know, I guess like wanted ones. But, can't complain. I don't know what that one was. I don't think I ever figured out this one. with the guy and the samurai sword. Let me know in the comments if you figure out what this one is, but I do not know. Culling the Weak, Locust Spray again, but in English. This one is, I believe, is Rampant Growth. Color Storm Stallion, I think this is the field notes, right? Chroma's Will, which is a big hit. Stock Up and Foil. Zombify. Hardened Academic, which is not a field notes card, or not a Mystical Archive. Daze. Knockout Maneuver. Disdainful Stroke. Here's our Shouldered Edicts Silver Scroll treatment. This one is, which one was this one? This one was Pyrotic Ritual. Feed the Swarm. This one, Bulk Up. Emeritus of Conflict, Hollow. Ral Zarek, Guest Lecturer. Turbulent Fen. Pyrotic Ritual in English, Restoration Seminar. Helping Hand, Stock Up Again. Our Vampiric Tutor. This one was, did I forget which one this one? Let's scroll through this one real quick. Cannot find the artwork. Oh, this one is Sleight of Hand. This one I'm not sure of. This one might escape me. The Stormcup Coast, which again is not a Mystical Archive. Expressive Iteration, Shared Roots, and a Hollow Requisition Raid. So again, our big hits would be, I mean, I guess I don't know if you'd even call the other Silver Scroll a big hit. Our Deduce. But I know for a fact that Chroma's was a big hit. I know our Shouldered Edict, our Silver Scroll is a big hit. Emeritus of Conflict, I think, is probably a big hit. Where's the other one? Our Vampiric Tutor, obviously. And I believe there's one more, right? I can't remember. Triumph of Horde, the Japanese one, right? Let's see if I can find that one. Where was... That was Pyrotic Ritual, so it wasn't that one. Let's see, where are all the Japanese Rampant Growth? Wasn't that one. Where did it go? Right? Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? I don't think I dropped it already. All right, real quick. There you go. Triumph of Hordes. So these are our big hits, obviously. The Silver School is, I think, definitely the coolest, but that Vampiric Tutor hits different. Look at that one. Put all our big hits down here. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I definitely recommend, checking the set out, even if you don't get a, the collector booster. Obviously, have gone up in price since the spoilers came out. But I enjoyed the opening and hope you guys enjoyed watching, and see you next time.